Friar Puck here. There's a lot of talk about climate change. People out there saying that climate change is happening and we've got to do stuff as a community to fix it. And then there are those who politically fight against that, saying that, there's always been climate change in the world. But as a Christian, we've got to ask ourselves, well, what does God's word have to say about climate change? And we look at the history of Israel especially, their faithfulness meant that they were going to be given the land. And when they turned away from God, when the climate of their hearts changed against God, God handed them over to in their own disobedience to be disciplined. And the climate changed, the physical climate changed, the worldly climate changed, because the change was needed in their hearts. And the same thing for us. We need a climate change to turn us back to God. We need a change of the internal climate of our hearts. And when that doesn't happen, God hands us over to our disobedience and lets the climate change for worse. Droughts, floods, extremes, all sorts of things has happened in the history of the church, the history of humanity. And so God disciplines us and brings us back to his word. He does that because he loves us. There is climate change, but not so much the climate change that we think there is. And it's not a climate change to manipulate us into a small group of people changing society just so that they can, they parade the climate change for their own glorification. But no, there's a call to understand that climate change is calling for us to change our hearts and turn back to Christ. I'm Friar Puck. Have a good day.